As I'm getting ready to head out to SHOT Show 2024, I can't help but be excited about the new products that are soon going to be publicly announced. I'm sure we're going to see a few model variations, a few generational upgrades, and every so often a truly innovative product. I'm also sure we're going to see a myriad of new black rifles with notable changes being new caliber choices and a different handguard design. It seems like those are like everywhere. And for a platform that's celebrating its 75th anniversary, I largely think that what could have been done with an AR-15 has already been done with an AR. The last real changes that I can recall with the platform have been folding stocks, quick barrel change systems, which really haven't caught on that much, and small frame AR-10s, such as the excellent DS-25 from Darkstorm Industries and the Ruger S-FAR. Darkstorm has carved out a name for themselves in two areas. First, they're very well known to produce rifles for the 50 states, so you can find an AR variant that is going to work for you, whether you live in free America, such as I do now, or in a state like New York or New Jersey, Stan. Secondly, Darkstorm, in my mind, is the company that just produces US-made and US-sourced rifles with features that should be standard on every AR. So, when they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to review an upcoming gun, I said, sure, why not? But in my head, I was wondering, how different could this actually be? And now that this rifle is in my hands, I can honestly say, wow, why didn't I think of that? This is the new Darkstorm Industries MFR, or Modern Fighting Rifle, and this is the AR-15 for any tactical Timmy, whether you're a pretend internet commando waiting for the zombies to come, or an actual real-life professional door kicker. So let's take a look. But before we do that, I want to say this video is sponsored by us Slav Guns. If you love this channel, you love the videos that we're doing, you want to help support our endeavors, do check out our merchandise store, luxgun.com, where right now you can find awesome merch, such as these terrific patches. These are 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. They do come with the hook part on the back, so they'll look great on your jackets. They're going to look back on your range bags, or if you have a patch wall. They do also glow in the dark, and this design is limited, so once these are sold out, that is it. They are sold out. And there is a little bit of a discount for channel members as well, so hit the join button down below. And if you're not a patch person, but you want stickers, we do have a couple of different sticker designs on our website as well, luxgun.com. And also you're going to be able to find some really cool products on our website that we love and have become dealers for as well. I was hoping to have the rifle a bit earlier so we can do a full review before its launch, however the gun was a bit delayed. At the very least, I wanted to make sure there's a video for you as you learn about it on its release. So in this video, let's go over the main features and why they are important. And in the near future, we'll have a full review video with a ton of shooting footage, range and accuracy testing, and more. So the features and upgrades on this rifle are certainly going to fall predominantly in the functional bucket. A lot of the rifles that you're going to find out there are certainly going to focus on looking cool. However, this gun is certainly working on the function part rather than how it looks. So while Darkstorm rifles are generally awesome looking, feature-packed rifles that I dare say fall into the Gucci AR segment, the MFR seems to have built function first, and the function dictates the look. This is where Darkstorm Industries believes is a no-nonsense, no-compromise battle rifle and what that should be. Let's dive in and discuss these upgrades and how they are different from your typical sporting rifle that you find at your big box store or from your big name brands. So the first thing that you're going to notice on this gun is going to be the handguard. You will find that you have a 15-inch handguard with a minimalist design. One of the issues on the hot-looking handguards, such as, for example, this Gucci AR that I've built, carbon fiber, is that it is going to be a little bit on the flimsier side, especially once they're made out of lightweight aluminum. These handguards can easily crack when you're doing something as trivial as holding the rifle by the handguard and using a wrench to undo the flash hider or a muzzle brake. Don't ask me how I know. Definitely there's no bendy rail here. You do have a number of QD points on the rifle on the forend right here. You have one on this side, one on this side, and then you're going to have two on the back as well. And you have plenty of M-lock on here as well if you wanted to add a steel quick detach point. Another thing on the rail that you've probably noticed is that you do have these M-lock slot port covers, in essence, covering a lot of these holes. And if you find what they're going to be is they're going to be in the critical positions around the gas block and closer to the barrel nut. And those are going to be the places where the rifle and the barrel heats up the most. So what this is going to do, it's going to serve twofold function. Number one, it's going to add rigidity, and number two, it is going to protect your hands from getting burned. Underneath the handguard, you're going to have a beefy gas block, which is pinned with a steel pin and set to the barrel with two set screws. Moving down, you're going to find another major change, which is all function and not flash, is the new barrel nut. The barrel nut is nearly 3/4 of an inch longer and has an integrated heatsink for improved thermal management. The barrel nut and handguard use a new triple retention screw system, one of which is opposed and is on this side looking in, and that is meant to maximize the retention on the barrel nut. If that wasn't enough, the rail is mated to the upper receiver with two removable pins. What all of this serves to is to eliminate the radial flex that you find on the majority of ARs. I mean, some of them don't even come aligned with the rail to the receiver itself. What this means is that you can now also mount optics and accessories on the front of the gun as well, including, let's say, for example, front sight post. Let's say, for example, you have a thermal clip-on or a thermal scope, magnifiers, things like that. Perhaps the only feature on this gun focused on flash is the flash hider. The DSI WTF, or Where's the Flash? Flash hider is a newly designed muzzle device specifically for this rifle and its motif. Based on their testing, it achieves a 20% reduction in flash signature versus a standard A2 flash hider. So if you plan on running the rifle with a suppressor, you can easily swap it out, and I do like the fact that there are wrench flats on the side of this so you can quickly get it off. Now, I do wonder if DSI plans on offering these rifles with muzzle brakes for the states that you cannot run a flash hider, and I'm sure there might be possibly some options where it is pinned for those that you cannot have it removed. I should have that answer for you in the full review video after SHOT Show, and you'll be able to find it linked above if you're watching this video in the future. Now, because this rifle is an investment and not a disposable AR, one of the improvements DSI made on the gun is to add a steel pin right here for the ambi charging handle. If you've shot your rifles enough, over time you're going to notice that the charging handle, there we go, I'll just show you this way. One of the things that you're going to notice is that on the charging handle where it is going to latch on, right around here, it is going to wear away at that aluminum nub, which is milled in, which obviously is going to lead to failures of the charging handle or your charging handles flying out. This eliminates that. Moving on, left-handed shooters can rejoice. While many companies promise and add ambidextrous features on ARs, it is generally limited to your ambi safeties and ambi charging handles. Every so often, you're going to find a company that adds a bad lever device, which makes it easier to release the bolt for lefties. On this gun is truly ambi with all of the major controls. Not only do you find the basic ambi features, but on the MFR, you also have an ambidextrous mag release and an ambidextrous bolt release as well, which is going to be right here. So let me demo that for you. Remove our okay. So you're gonna have it right here, and I can just do it by the feel. And you can do that all whether you're righty or lefty, and actually I would probably say I'd prefer that as you do on a lot of other guns. The cool part is you have this ambi bolt release without a bad lever sticking out into the trigger guard, and that would interfere with your controls if you're wearing gloves in the winter time. Also, whether you're wearing gloves or not, a lot of the times it's just sticking out there and you might inadvertently mess around with it. Adding to the modern warfighter motif, the DSI uses an investment cast two-stage trigger system with a 4.5-pound trigger pull and a short reset. So I guess let me do it this way so you guys can see. Okay, very, very little take up. Safety. Very, very, very little take up. And a fairly clean break on there. And then we can release it. Very, very short, but positive reset. So definitely, it's not a match trigger. However, if you're looking for a battle rifle, this definitely cleans up over a OEM or a mil-spec trigger without having to spend a whole bunch of money on them. One of the things that makes the AK platform as reliable as it is that you can run it in almost any conditions, whether the gun is lubed or dry or caked in sand. ARs, on the other hand, have been known to be reliable as long as they're properly lubricated, with some guns being a little bit more finicky than others. So the MFR aims to change this with their overhauled bolt and carriers. First, the bolt is going to use so I'll have a close-up of this. So first, the bolt uses dual ejectors, and this is going to provide for more positive ejection of brass, and something that I found on various ARs and calibers like 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor. This time, we find it on the 223. Next, the entire bolt carrier and, well, the bolt and the carrier have received the MIL PRF 32711 heat treatment and DLC coating, which will allow for dry operation, which I suppose most people do anyway. You also, well, we run them dry, not that they're supposed to be run dry. You also have a Springco chrome silicone cryogenic ejector, XP power, extra power extractor springs, and cryogenic gas rings. As per Darkstorm Industries, all of these combine for an 80% reduction in friction, which in turn means a 15-time reduction in wear on your components, which is a major deal. Compared to CLP lubricated manganese phosphate hard chrome based bolt carriers and BCGs based on RDE-COM testing. Adding to the warfighter motif, the buffer tube is made from a 7075 forging, features an extra position on the stock for a more precise length of pull, along with vertical drain holes and horizontal pressure holes, which allow for proper venting of air and moisture. Lastly, we have the upper and lower receivers. If you've seen my previous videos or have looked at other DSI rifles, you would recall that they're predominantly milled receivers with a lot of cool features integrated into them. If you want to go for the strongest receiver, however, you'll have to go with forged receivers, and that is what you have here. That, however, is not it at all. Well, that, however, is not all. That, however, is not. That, however, is not all. The entire receiver set and handguard are first clear anodized in a clear type 3 mil-spec hardcoast anodizing plus dry film per mil PRF 46010, and then it is Cerakoted in a low IR Cerakote as per mil DTL 44436. This gives the gun not only a durable finish of anodizing and increased lubricity of dry film. The part that keyboard commandos are absolutely going to love is that these rifles use the anti-reflective Cerakote finish, which reduces the signature of the rifles through night vision, and I believe this is the first time I've seen a rifle available for civilian purchase. The rifles are available in a number of different finishes, including a completely black one, a flat dark earth that I have right here, and a olive drab green. for an MSRP of $19.95, and I suspect based on the map, we're going to see the dealers have them for between $1,700 and $1,800. If you want something completely unique, DSI offers a full camo finished one with an MSRP of $24.95, and I suspect the street price will be around $2,100 to $2,300. As you can see with all of these changes, while the gun is not as sexy looking as, let's say, my Proof carbon fiber gun in 6 arc with carbon fiber barrel, carbon fiber handguard, this really cool minimalist stock, of course on the DSI milled receiver set, or it is not as cute and tiny such as my DSI PDW 300 Blackout with these awesome translucent mags, or it is absolutely not as sexy looking as the Darkstorm Variant 1. The DSI MFR is pure business. This is meant for a professional user or a discerning gun owner who wants a modern sporting rifle that'll stand up to any use or abuse that you might think of. The price point on these guns is definitely higher than other DSI offerings, however, certainly a good value proposition versus other higher end tier 1 offerings or competing products such as the FN SCARs, the XCRs, ACRs, and all of that. So, is the gun for you? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want to check out more DSI goodness, check out the videos we did linked up here, and don't forget to support the channel by smashing the like button and checking out our merch on our website, luxgun.com. You can find more information on this rifle in the description and in the comments below. And as always, I want to thank you for watching, keep on squatting, and I'll see you in the next video linked up here.